Hi everybody, this is Albie from Pasadena, California. This week I want to help you learn how to add some basic HTML code to your blog or your website, and also how to use a basic HTML editor and be able to edit some basic things on your blog or that whatever you need to edit. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, so let's start in. First of all, before I start in with the blog, this is me, this is Albie, and this is my business partner Elizabetta, and we're both helping you with this information today. All right, so basically, let's go to our blog. I'm going to go to a WordPress blog right now. All right, and on a WordPress blog, I've noticed 3 different versions of WordPress. And they have different, I believe that they're based on the year, because there's newer updates. And I want to go through a few different settings with you of how to add HTML to your blog. Okay, so with WordPress, a lot of times they have these 3 little dots up here at the top. And all you have to do is go down to Code Editor and press code, and you're going to notice that the blog is going to be, you'll see the code. And if you go to visual editor, you'll see that it's actually words and pictures. Okay, now let's start with a new post. Now a post and a page, you can do either a new post or a new page, and the difference between a post and a page is very simple. All right, so when you first have a domain with WordPress, all right, this is my domain. It's sailingwithalbie.ws, all right, and it could be .com, but I use GDI's website, which is WS, instead for this blog with this WordPress blog. So GDI uses WS instead of .com. But I do have some .com sites. I'm going to show you one of those sites here in just a minute. All right, now that's the domain, Sailing with Albie. It's like www.sailingwithalbie.ws or .com. Okay, now the subdomain is what comes before that. All right, and this particular blog is my subdomain is team.sailingwithalbie.ws. Okay, and so this website is a subdomain of my main domain, which is Sailing with Albie. Okay, hopefully you can get the gist of that. Okay, now if you were to just take out, take the subdomain and the domain, okay, and take out all this other stuff, okay, just the subdomain and the domain .ws, and you were to copy that and paste that into a browser, okay, like I did right here, then with a post you could scroll down and come from one post to the next post. Let me get to the next post. Here's the next post, and we'll keep scrolling down to the next post. With a post you can keep going and keep scrolling through each post, okay? But with a page, like right here, okay, if you do a page, then you can't do that. You can only scroll through that one article. All right, now also, if for some reason let's for instance, I want to go to a specific blog post. I'll go to my dashboard and I'll pull out a post for you here. Okay, let me get a specific post, and here's a specific post called, so this one is called Setting a Goal and Achieving It. Now if I was to go up here and not grab just the subdomain and the domain .ws, but I was to grab the actual number that comes after it and the information after that, that's the actual code for this specific blog post. right? And so if you plug that in, the team.sailingwithalbie.ws/?p equals 3231, then you're only going to be able to scroll through that one post. Okay, so it's very similar to a page in that respect. Okay, so I hope that helps you to understand the difference here. All right, so let's go back to our blog and let's create a new post. Okay, and here's our new post coming up here in just a second. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the three little dots and I'm going to press code editor, and I'm going to plug in some HTML here. All right, now of course you don't need to, if you don't have HTML, then you don't need to use it. Let's say, for instance, let's just start typing. Okay, this is using the regular visual editor right here, visual editor. Okay, and I could highlight this and I could make it bold, or I could put some spaces in here. I could highlight this and now you see I can't turn it red because the editor up here is not going to, doesn't seem to have anything to do that. But let's browse through here and see if we can find anything. Okay, still don't see anything here. Let's click through here and let's go to see if we can find anything to turn that red. If we go down to here, layout elements or formatting, okay, and you go down to classic, okay, now you can see you've got the HTML editor right here, and I can actually turn this red. Don't know why that didn't turn red. Maybe it's because I was on a different block. Let's try that again. Go down to formatting, go to classic, and I see. In this specific upgrade, you have to use the editor that's inside that block. So let's turn this one red. Okay, you see how it turned it red right here? This one we have to actually use the editor inside of this block. Okay, so you could also turn this bold. You could turn it italicized. We could link this right here to a link. And by the way, if you want to link it, you just click this little thing right here and you put in the link, like this one. And you want to click this right here. It says open link in a new tab. That way if they click on it, it'll take them to another tab instead of being taking them away from the tab that they're on right now. And you just add the link. Okay, now if anyone clicks on this, all right, and now we could change this to be click here. Okay, and you could highlight that, click the link. Like I said, if you only put the URL in here, if you click it, it's going to take them away from this page right here. So I want to click the little wheel, add the link, and then add that, and also you can change the color of this. Change it to dark blue, and there you go. Now, if they click this, it's going to take them to a website, okay? And it's going to take them to another tab when they click it. For instance, if I click right here, it's going to take another tab, and this tab is still open right here, okay? So I'm going to go back to that tab and get rid of it. Okay, so that's one version. Okay, now if you want to actually add HTML code to this, I'm going to get rid of all this. Let's say, for instance, that I sent you an email with some HTML code in it. Okay, let's go to that. And I'm going to go to this email and I'm going to copy the whole code. As you can see, I've already copied it. And code, you know, is actually quite extensive. It goes on for a long time. So here's the beginning of the code, and it goes all the way down to the bottom down here. And I just highlighted it, and I'm just going to copy. I'm going to go to my blog, okay, and I'm going to go to code editor. Okay, I'm going to get rid of all that. I'm going to press paste. I'm going to go back to press visual editor, and there we go. You can see the pictures and the writing came in. Okay, so there you go. Now you can just edit this however you want. And by the way, just by putting in this code that you did, it automatically brought this editor up, because this is part of the code that I had used to do this with. So you'll be able to use this without any problem. Okay, so you know, you could take this part out like it says to do and bring it back up to the top. And here's instructions: copy and paste this to your site. You may also copy HTML. Alright, so we did that. We don't need that. And alright, so it says take all this out. So let's take all this out. Okay, and you can place your own ad here. As you can see, this is my ad. So if you need to, you know, take your own ad, you can go to, let's go to Referral Frenzy, for instance. Log into Referral Frenzy. This is just one site, for instance, one affiliate site that you can go to. And wait a few seconds for it to come up. Alright, and then we're going to go to Affiliate Toolbox, and we're going to go down to, as you can see, here's a banner right here, and here's some HTML code right here. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go back to my website. Okay, and I'm going to take out this ad, and I'm going to put in my own ad. So now, since it's at the top, alright, I don't really need this red. Alright, so now since it's at the top, all I have to do is go back to the three little dots, press Code Editor, and then add it at the very top. Okay, and then go back, press the little dots, Visual Editor, and there you go. Now, in order to get this banner in the center, you want to just click it, stick it in the center. See how I did that? Okay, now it's in the center. If you don't do that, it's going to be on the right, or it's going to be on the left, or it's going to be who knows where. If you put it in the center, it'll be in the center. Okay, and we got some space here. We don't need the space. Get rid of the space. Okay, so, and if you notice at the beginning of this, here's the instructions. Copy and paste this to your site. You may also copy HTML. This is where you can go to learn about how to add HTML. All uppercase letters area in red are for your information. To change that area below to be on your own. So take all this out. So you want, when you first get this email from me, if that's something that you got from me, you want to take all that out, including this. And the instructions were, if there's anything in red, it's for you to do something. Okay, and in this situation, it was to put your own ad here, which is what we just did. We put our own ad right there. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, this is just one. WordPress. What you call it? This is one WordPress way of doing it. There's other WordPress. I'm trying to remember the name for it. settings, I guess you would say, that are a little bit different than what I just showed you. Okay, and let me show you a different one. Okay, I'm going to go to a different word. This is a different blog. This blog is called gdi.blog.sailingwithalbie.ws. So this is a different blog because it's got a different subdomain. It's got the same domain, but a different subdomain. And because of that, I set this blog up differently. Alright, now if you notice right here, instead of me going, there's no 3 dots over here. Right? Instead, you'll see text. And if you set it to text, you'll see the HTML come up. And there's visual. You put it back to visual, you'll see the text and the pictures come up. Alright? And of course, if you have a blank page, like right here, so let me go to a completely blank page. Let me see here. New post. Okay. There's nothing. You have nothing on here. It's just blank. Right? So if that's the case, then you're going to have to add the HTML to your site. And again, to add it, just if you have the 3 dots, then use it, the visual, put it to code editor if you want to add the HTML right here. If you have a different system like this one, then you want to, if it's blank, then you want to just add your HTML right here where the HTML is right now. It'll be a blank. It'll be blank. So let me take all this out and show you what it'll look like if it's blank. I'm actually using a post that I put together, so I'll just copy it and put it right back, just so you can see what it looks like in this different format. Okay. All right. Here we go. I'm just going to copy this and, in fact, I should just cut it, not copy it. There we go. Cut it. All right. Now this is what it's going to look like if it's in this format. All right. There's going to be no 3 dots. It's just going to say visual. It's going to be empty, or text, and it's going to be empty. All right. So if you have HTML code to add into here, then you just go to press text, add the code, press visual again. Okay, and your site will be back so you can see everything again. Okay? Alright, so that's the second type of formatting or settings that WordPress does. There's another one, and this one has got the 3 dots, so you go to Visual and Code Editor right there. But let's pretend that you forgot about that and you just start typing. Right? This is actually set up in blocks, right? And if you notice on this one, with the one that had, let me see where it went. This one here is not in blocks. The one that has visual and text right here, it's not in blocks. It doesn't have little tiny blocks. So like on this one, there's, I don't know if you can see this, but there's a little block right here, right? And so if you press the little, if you play around, you'll scoot your mouse around, you'll see a little plus thing that pops up every once in a while on that block. And if you click on that block, you can go down to formatting. I would press, my opinion is to press classic, okay? And then anything inside of that block, you can do something to it. I'll change the color. See? You can also oh, I just moved that block down. Okay. Now, the interesting thing about this HTML editor is that the picture, adding a picture, is through this icon right here. Okay, and these are the picture that I've already uploaded, so you may not have that. But if you want to upload a file, just go to Upload, select File. It'll go into your pictures that you have loaded into your computer, and you just load it in. Okay, let it load, and then you can just, as soon as it's finished loading, you can just load it in there. Okay, and it's not letting me do that. Give me a second here. Okay, I had to move this little thing up here, but now you can see at the bottom there's a little insert button. You just press insert and the picture will add it in. And you can change the size of the picture to be big, you know, whatever, however you want it to be. Okay? Alright, so that's how you do that. And you get rid of those letters, and you just press and you can start typing again. Okay? And you can put these letters or these sentences in the middle. You can also put this picture in the middle by pressing, you know, line center, line left, line right, and this was no alignment. Sometimes no alignment actually is okay, but I prefer to have everything in the center, but you can do it however you want. Of course, you can add your title, of course. Okay, here's your link to the site. If you click on that link, it's going to take you to that site, and you won't be able to scroll down through multiple posts. You'll only be able to see this one post. Okay, if you use that link right there. Okay, if you use http //team.sailingwithalbie.ws and you plug that into your browser, then if it is a blog post, you can keep scrolling down and down and down and down through each post. If it's an actual, I'm sorry. If it's set up as a blog, then you can keep scrolling down through the post. If it's not a blog, if it's an actual website that's not a blog, then you'll be able to only see one page at a time. Okay, so I hope that kind of helps you to understand what you're doing here. Now, these editors, I showed you how to link. You can also, let's say I linked to this, let's say I put, you know, click here to see this. Okay, and I highlighted this, and then I linked it, and I remember what you said, remember what I said, click the wheel, put the link in there, click the little box that says open link in new tab, add link. You can change the color of it. You can make it bold if you like. Okay, now you see, if you want this to not have a link, you can press this up here where it says remove link. Okay, I already showed you where the picture icon was. Alright, now you can see some of these other things. You can italicize this, italicize it, unbold it, change the color, put it, strike through. You can, there's a lot of different things that you can do here. If you make a mistake, let's say you go down here and you add this, and you realize, oh my gosh, what did I just do? You can click this little arrow and it'll rewind that and take that last edit out. Okay, let's say you accidentally delete that picture and you're like, oh shoot, what did I just do? You know, just click the back button and it'll take it back. It'll knock the picture, put the picture back in there again. You go up to here to paragraph and you can make the text bigger. You know, so heading 1, you see? See how big it made it? Okay, or you can change it to whatever you want. Alright, so that's how you do that. And so I hope that kind of helps you. Now, the other thing is, there's another format for the actual HTML editor itself. And let me show you this one. This one comes with this formatting where the text is here and the visual is here. And it looks the same. about the same as the other one, except that instead of the picture icon being over here, it's up here, and you see where it is, and it says Add Media, and you can upload file from there, just like the last one. Okay, and select File, and then it'll go into your computer and do it. But you can also insert from a URL. Now, the nice thing about adding a URL, all right, is that if you transfer this this blog post to something else, all right, if you have it in URL form, it'll show up in almost any other form that you put it there. All right, and I'm going to show you something with a different blog. Instead of WordPress, I want to show you Blogger, all right, which is a free program through Google. Okay, and right now this blog post is in HTML form. I just go to the little pencil over here, and you can, by the way, you can open up a free blog with Blogger and just go to the first post and start right in. Okay, and you don't have to do all the settings and everything. Of course, that settings will help to make your blog look better, but I mean, if you're just starting out and you just want to learn how to use the editor and write something, just start where I'm telling you. Just open a post, begin your first post, and go to the little pencil, go to Compose View. It should actually be in Compose View at the very beginning. Okay, and you're going to have a blank screen, not all these different pictures on it. But if you want to, the little picture icon is over here at the top. All you have to do is just click on that, upload from computer, and you can choose the file and upload whatever picture you want. Okay, and I'm just going to take a picture out. Let's say this one, for instance. Okay, I'm going to upload it. It's the same picture I did before. I'm going to highlight it, select it. Now watch. I'm going to what I'm going to do to get this HTML code is I'm going to press the HTML view, and I'm going to look right at the very top. Since the picture is at the very top, I'm going to look for HTTP, and I found it. HTTP, and here's the URL. It keeps going all the way till .png right there. That's the whole URL. It starts right before this quotation mark, and it ends right before the the last quotation mark. All right, and that's one URL. What you can do to make this easier on yourself is you can actually go back to that post. Okay, I should have just done this. Put it in Compose View. I can copy this picture. Since I have so much stuff on this page already, I'm just going to open up a new page with Blogger, just a new page, and I'm going to put new post. Okay, I have a blank screen, and I'm just going to copy and paste that picture in here. And it must be in HTML, so I'm going to put Compose View. There we go. There we go. Now what I'll have to do is just click on the pencil, put it in HTML, and now you can see there's not really a lot of code here. It's easier to see the URL. There's the end quotation mark. Here's the beginning quotation mark, and you see where it says HTTP, and it just keeps going and going and going and going and going and going until it says .png, and right there is the end quotation mark. You just copy that. Okay, and let's say that I want to let's go back to our WordPress blog, and let's say I want to add a picture in here with a URL. I'm just going to copy that URL right in here. See, the picture pops up, right? And if you got one thing wrong in this URL, the picture is not going to pop up. If you put in that exclamation point, I'm sorry, the quotation mark at the beginning, and you didn't start with HTTP, or if you got all the way to .png, but you forgot the G at the end, the picture is not going to show. Every letter in this URL has to be perfect. It has to start with HTTP and go all the way to the very end of the .png, and you have to get all those, get that full URL for it to work. Okay, then you want to insert it into blog, and there we go. It just inserted right in there. All right, so I'm going to center it. There we go, it's centered. All right, and then I'm going to publish it. Okay, publishing allows other people to see it. You can, of course, you can put it as a draft if you want. All right, you can update it. Now, you can see inside this HTML, inside this blog post, that there's a lot of red in here that I added in here for you to, you can change your picture to, instead of my picture being here, you can put your picture in here. All right, and then you just go to add media right there. And if you're in a different, if you're like on this setting with WordPress, you'll find the picture icon right here where you can add your picture there instead. Okay, so I'm just going to X out of there. And you can get rid of this red. Anything that's red is for you to get rid of, and just understand it's the instructions of what to do. Oh, and you know what? I forgot to read what that just said, so I'm going to press the back button. Add your own. Okay, so you add your own personal development quote right here. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of that now. Put in my own personal development quote. You can change this picture if you want. It says add some comments in your stats below. Okay, thank you. All right, and then you can add your own video or take this one out. You can take out my video and put in your own. All right, now this HTML post is for GDI team leaders. So if you're seeing this and you're wondering, how do I get this HTML on my website? Well, you have to be becoming a team leader for you to get this. And if you're not, then don't worry about this. Just use this as an example of what you can do to your blog site. Now, by the way, if you want to make this red, you just go up here to the letter A and text color, and you just change it to red. See what I did? How I did that? You can change it to blue. I can change it to black, like it was originally. Okay? This is a picture right here. I just made it really small. You can make it really big. See how I just touched these little corners? I made it small. Okay, I linked this word that says here to, if I want to take away the link, I could just press remove link. This is a banner from an affiliate place called, site called OnyaList. And what you want to do is, let's say you want to add a banner right here, and it's not at the top like I told you before. What you can do is you can press FFF. Of course, you can pick any color, any letter you want. I just press FFFFFFF. And when you put it inside of HTML, and this is the format where you have to use the three little dots to find the HTML. All right, I'm going to put it in code editor. All right, I'm just going to scroll down until I see a bunch of F's in a row. All right, and usually it's not too hard. Oh, there it is. See all those F's right there? I noticed it. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to grab my code, and let's say you want to use an affiliate product like Build-A-Biz, for instance. Okay, and I'm going to go to buildabiz.com, and I'm going to log in. Okay, and let's say I want to get, let's see here. Let me find the banners. Okay, so with Build-A-Biz, it's under your referrals, your promotional links and banners. And so I'm just going to scroll down here. And here's some HTML code from Build-A-Biz. Just going to copy that. And let's go back to our blog that we were wanting to add in the code. And let's see where it went. There we go. Alright, now you can see all the F's are highlighted. You just cut out the F's. Just delete the F's. And then right there in the middle where the little cursor is blinking, you want to paste that code in right there. Make sure you don't move and that the cursor doesn't move. Paste that in there. Now you're going to go up to the three little dots. You're going to press Visual Editor. And then when you scroll down, you're going to see right underneath that On Your List banner, there's the Build-A-Biz banner, right? And all you have to do is just highlight it, put it in the center. Okay, now you got two banners in there. Of course, you can make this picture smaller if you want, or you can take it out and put a whole new picture in there if you want. Okay. You got these little arrows. These are pictures. See how big you can make that arrow? Okay. And if I made a mistake, I can just press. There we go. Let's see, is there anything else on here? All this red with inside of these brackets. We don't need that. It says use these pages for your own, or click and update all these pages in your spare time with your name, info, links, etc. Give Albie credit if due. So, okay, thank you. Don't need that. Now, all these are linked. See, when I highlight them, you can see the link that they're linked to. You can change the link by editing it, pressing the little wheel, and changing it. Okay? To whatever link you want it to be, and you can link it to a completely different page. Alright, unfortunately it took me back all the way down to there. But each of these is linked, and you can create your own team store and link it to a whole different page if you want. You can, link it to a traffic page with all your traffic links on it. This is what's called a funnel, okay? And you can link all these. Okay, and so I hope that helps you to understand what you can do. You can do whatever you want with this, with all this. Just change it however you want. Put your number, name, phone number in there. Get rid of all this red. Okay. Put in your links here instead of mine. Your banners instead of mine. Okay, and here's more stuff you need to know about this, but you can get rid of that. Okay, so now when you're done, just publish it, and when you go to the top, just scroll on up to the top. You want to add your title. Okay, and I'm just going to put hello, and I'm going to publish it. Okay, and basically, this now is going, you can view the post over here, okay, and you see it says hello, and so basically, I don't really want this post because it's nothing original that I made. It just wanted to show you how to do it. But if you were to copy this link right up here, you could send this to anybody and they would be able to scroll down through here and see what you wanted them to see. Okay, and so I'm going to go inside WordPress on the dashboard, and I'm going to go to posts, all posts, and I'm going to put this post in the trash. You can also edit it, or you can view it. I'm going to trash it because I don't need it anymore. Okay? Alright, so now I've showed you a little bit about Blogger, how to use the Blogger. Okay, now if you want to center this, you can, you can put this picture to the right, put it to the left. You can put it back to the center again. Okay, you can copy this and put it on a different post and then get the HTML out of it. You can change it to compose view and so you can see it. Okay, you can bold, if you have some writing down here, you can highlight it and bold it, change the color of it, right? You can change the size of it by going to paragraph and make it into a major heading. Alright, you can also go back if you need to. You can add a picture here, insert a video here by if it's HTML. If it's HTML, then you're going to want to do what I just told you, and you go down here and put a whole bunch of F's, right? And then you go to HTML editor, put it in HTML view, and you'll see all the F's right here. Just highlight the F's, get rid of them, plug in your HTML code right there. Okay, and I don't know if I still have my HTML. No. Right, and then it'll show up right there if that's what you did. Okay, and all right, so that's with Blogger. Now, if you have a typical HTML editor, let me show you a different kind of HTML editor. There's one from Build-A-Biz, and this is called this editor is called a WYSIWYG, which is basically WYSIWYG, which means what you see is what you get. So this is what you see, and that's what it's going to look like. Alright, so if you want to change this to, you can change the font size. I like to go to 22. You can change it to 18 or whatever you like. You can change the color. Okay. You can change it to be, yellow outline. See? I don't want it to be yellow outline, so I'm going to make it to white. Okay? You can change the font, the size of it. I like to change the size of it by numbers instead of by, big. But you can change it by here or by font size right here. With the WordPress, you can't change it by number. Right? If you look at this, if you go to Classic, you can only change it by the heading. There's no place to add, change the font by number. So let me go back to the Build-A-Biz one, and you can change it by. You can also change the style. Change the font. You can change the font as well. Okay. You can link it here. It looks like a little paper clip. You can link that if you want, and you put the URL in here. And in this particular instance, if you put the URL in here, let's make it you'll notice that it took my HTTP out and put it right here. For some reason you have HTTPS, you can change it right there. Okay, and then you can target it to be a new window, which will make it pop up in a different window if they click on it in a different browser. I'm sorry, not a different browser, in a different tab. Press OK. Now it's linked. You can change the color. Okay. You can bold it, italicize it, underline it, strike through, or whatever you want, or undo those. Okay, in this WYSIWYG editor, okay, if you want, you can change the source up here, and you'll see the code right there. You can copy that code and take it to your blog, for instance, right here. I can get rid of this, okay, and I can change this editor. If you go to the three little dots, you go to code editor. At the very top, you put in the code. You go to the three little dots, you press the visual editor. You see, I just added in that text that I took from Build-A-Biz. See? I just took the source back off. And there's my text right there. Okay, so the picture, if you want to add a picture to this, you can go here to the little picture editor. You can, if you go to your WordPress, I'm sorry, your Blogger, and you get that HTML out of there. Let's get the HTML, just like I told you. And you can, let's see here, where was I? You can put in the URL, and the picture is going to show up. You can change the size of it to be 150 or 100 times 100, and it'll be small. You see, whatever size you want it to be, just double click on it. You can change it to be that. Let's say you want it to be 1000. It can be really big if you want it to be. See? A really big picture. Okay. If the picture is actually originally was a small picture and you change it to big, that means that the picture is going to be very pixelated unless the picture was big from the very beginning. Okay, and so one of the ways that you can change the size of a picture and the pixels and everything is if you go to Canva. You can get a free account with Canva. Okay, and if the picture was originally, let's say, 1500 pixels wide and 600 or 700 or 800 pixels tall, then you can change it to be really, to be 150, or you can change it. I'm just gonna create a design, custom dimensions. I'm gonna put in let's put in 1000 times 500, which is a normal capture page size. Create new design. It's going to have a little blank area right here, and I can upload my photo. And let's say I want to upload, let's see, upload from my file, from my computer. And let's say I want to upload, let me see what picture I want to upload. Let's see here. Let's upload one of my pictures that my friend sent me. Their sailboat. I don't actually know how many pixels it is, but we'll find out here in a second. Okay, now once it's uploaded, you click on it, and you can change. You can move it, make it bigger. It looks like it was a decent sized picture, right? And then you can put the title in here, right? I'm going to put in here sailboat, and you can download it. And now this picture is 1000 times 500. So if I go to my blog and I go to a new blog post, I can put it in compose view, and I can upload this picture. Okay, and there's my picture. I'm going to open it. Okay, I'm going to click on it, select it. Now, this picture is actually 1000 times 500, so it's actually showing very small right here. And if you click on it, you can change the size, whatever you want. You can have it original size, extremely large, large, medium, or small. Alright, and I'm not going to do anything to it. I'm just going to show you. I'm going to change it to HTML. I'm going to go to my PNG. I'm sorry, I'm going to go to my get the URL, HTTP, blah blah blah, all the way to .png. Copy that, and I'm going to go back to my blog. I'm sorry, back to my HTML editor. I'm going to open up the picture settings. Okay, put the URL in there. Okay, now it's going to be, because I went to Canva and I set that picture times 1000 times 500, there it is. See, it's showing up exactly the size I wanted it to be. Alright, now I can change it to anything below that without any problem. I can change it to 600 times 300 and it'll be just fine. But if I go in here and I change it to higher than what it originally was, when I put it to 2000, it's going to be pixelated. Okay, so when I look at it, it's going to be big, but it's going to be pixelated. And the bigger you make it past its original size, the more pixelated it's going to be. Right now it doesn't show off too bad. It doesn't have too many pixels. But if I was to change this to like 5,000 pixels, for instance, it would be very pixelated, right? You can see all the pixels in that. Okay, so yeah. All right, so there you go. So there's some. Let me paste that in there again, and I'm gonna make it just simple 300 times. Bottom pops up here automatically, and there you go. So there's my picture. Now, if I want to get this whole picture and everything, I just click on the source. I just copy it, and I can take this everything inside this WYSIWYG editor and add it to my blog. And I can go right here, and I can press FFF. Go to, and if you have a different blog, like if you have the one where it has text and visual on here, you can just put in here FFF, okay, and press text, and then just look, see right there it is right there. Okay, and you want to get rid of that FFF, and you're just going to paste it right in there, right where the cursor is. Okay, press visual, and there's my picture, and just center it. There you go. And now you've added your own picture to your blog. Okay, so I hope that helps you, give you some ideas of how to edit and use your blog. Of course, if you're using the PowerLead system, then let's say you have a capture page that you're using, and this will be the last thing. Let me show you this real quick. Let me get into my PowerLead system, and let's say you're editing. Let's see, you're editing something. Here's the basic HTML editor. It's very similar. It's one of those WYSIWYG editors as well, and you can see the source right here. You can, it's almost exactly the same as what I was showing you on the Build-A-Biz one. Okay, you can put it to the left, you can put it to the middle, to the right. The little picture icon is right there. You can link it or unlink it. You can change the size, font size. Remember, I like to use 22. Let's say I type something in here. I can change the color. I can bold it, italicize it, underline it, strike through, stick it to the right, stick it to the middle, stick it to the left. I can change the color. I think I've already said that. I can change the size, change it to 22. I can change the heading. I can change the font, change the style. Okay. If for some reason I made a mistake, I can click the back button or the forward button to go it back. Okay, change the source, get the whole source, and if I want to add it to my blog. Okay, so I hope that I've tried to cover everything I possibly can think of with using HTML editors for you. Okay, with Power Lead System, if you have a picture, you can click on the picture. You can, let's say you want to change the picture, you can go to either put a new URL inside of here and change the font size. We already gone over that. But let's say you have something already that you want to get from your computer. You can browse it, go to My Library instead of the library that they have, and you go to Upload. You can upload your file. All right. Put whatever picture you want to put in here. Now let's say we want to put it in our sailboat. Alright. And then what you do is you press upload. And it says it's too big because PLS only allows you to have something, I think it's below 1,000 pixels, so you'd have to make it smaller. Alright. And you can see all the different pictures that I've uploaded in here. Alright, and then let's say you wanted to use this picture. All you have to do is just click on it. You can change the size. I'll change it to 400. And it automatically does the bottom one, and you just press OK. And see, it took out the picture I had in there and it added this one in here. And if you want it to be the same size as the other one, I'm going to put it to 1000. And that way it'll fit inside this border in here. Get rid of that. Okay, and I can save changes and view it. And of course, with PLS, you have to do some more editing because this is an actual capture page. So I'm not going to go into that right now because has to do with actually building your own capture page. But I wanted to just show you the HTML editor for PLS. Okay, so I hope that helps you. And from Albie and from my business partner Elizabetta, we wish you a good night, and we'll talk with you again soon. If you need any help, you can just, our main website is aemailer.club. Okay, it's a www.aemailer. Instead of .com, it's .club. Okay, and then you can just go to any of these tabs, and if you go to the bottom, most of them will have our phone number right there and our email address, so you can just email us back. Alright, if you want to get a hold of me, you can go to Sailing with Albie. It's Albie, ALBIE, @gmail.com, and get a hold of me. Okay? And if you want Elizabeth, you can email us at Eli, ELI, Albie, ALBIE, 67 @gmail.com. Like always, don't forget to like our video and subscribe if you found good value here. We appreciate you helping us, and we want to help you be able to earn successfully online as well. So thank you again for your likes and your subscribes. Really appreciate it. Also, feel free to click on, or actually enter the link that I'm going to put on the screen into your browser and look us up if you'd like to join our team or find out more about us. And of course, we'd love to have you on our team. We'd love to meet you and help you to succeed working and earning online. Okay, from Albie, have a wonderful day. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.